people live here? Hey, what's up everybody? It is Monday. I hope you guys had a great weekend. I had an awesome weekend. Had a great Sunday yesterday, great services at both locations. It was a great day. All right, so last week I shot a video called Do What You Love. And that idea was sparked by the book I'd been reading, Atomic Habits. And I've taken a few more days to think about that idea and doing what you love for a job. And I decided to do a little bit of research. And would you believe that according to a recent Gallup poll just a couple months ago, that 70% of Americans hate their job. 70% of Americans hate their job. Let that sink in for a second. And there were four main reasons cited as to why 70% of Americans hate their job. Number one, they feel stuck. They feel stuck in their job. Like they've been there so long, they're bored with their job, but they also feel like they can't do anything else, and they are locked into this job for the rest of their life, AKA dead-end job. And number two, they don't care about their job. As Stanley from The Office would say,
here is a run out the clock situation.
They are just running out the clock, doing it just for the money, and they have no kind of attachment to their career. They don't care about it. They find no purpose in their job whatsoever. It's just all about the Benjamins. Greenbacks, moolah, cha-ching. Another reason people hate their jobs, really long hours with low pay. That one's kind of self-explanatory, but a lot of people are feeling like for the amount of time that they're giving to their job, they're not getting near enough money. Finally, number four, and this one's pretty interesting, they can't leave their work at work. With technology like smartphones, tablets, people feel like they're having to do work around the clock and they're not able to escape it. And so I thought a lot about that. And I really think that the biggest reason that people hate their jobs is number two. People don't care about their jobs. Now with my personality, I can't imagine doing something that I don't care about. I wouldn't be able to do it. But most people cite that as one of their top reasons why they hate their job. And I think that's the biggest cause. Because if you give somebody purpose, even if the money isn't huge, even if they feel a little bored with their job, even if they're having to take work home, if you give somebody purpose, I think that's a huge motivator. I think the purpose might even be a bigger motivator than money. So maybe you've heard me talk about these four things, and maybe you can relate to this. Maybe you hate your job. I think that I might be able to help. And I'd like to start by asking you to ask yourself one question. What were you born to do? Forget about the money, forget about the job, forget about the responsibilities that you have for a second, and ask yourself the question, what was I born to do? Maybe ask it a different way. What is work to a lot of people that you would say doesn't seem like work to you? All right, if you have an answer to that, great. But if not, or even if you do, I think that something that would be really helpful would be to take a StrengthsFinder quiz. Now there are plenty of options out there, plenty of ones that you could pay for. I've linked below a free StrengthsFinder that'll help you get your foot in the door and help you think about the person that you were born to be. In fact, pause this video right now and go and take that quiz. I think I have a couple of practical steps that'll help you to go from hating your job to finding a job, finding a career that you love, a career that you were born for. The first thing I would recommend is to seek out opportunities where you can use your greatest strengths. I'm talking even things that you would do for free. Maybe one of your strengths is working with kids. Go volunteer somewhere where you can work with kids for free. You might even find that you start hating your job a little bit less because you feel like you have a purpose, even though you're not getting paid for it. And take this time to develop those strengths and do that for a while. Number two, look for some employment, even part-time, where you can use your strengths. And I mean anything. This would be a step in the right direction for your career. Finally, develop that resume, putting all of these things on there, all the times you've volunteered, all the places you've worked part-time, any of these side hustle gigs, put it all on there and begin to work towards a career that would give you purpose. But I really think it all comes back to that question. What do you think you were made for? What were you created for? What were you born to do? I think we were all asked that question in high school. If you could do anything, regardless of money, for the rest of your life, what would it be? Maybe we need to get back to that high school mentality. Ask yourself that question. And don't be scared of it. Don't feel like you're too old or you're too this or that to do what you think you've been created to do. Because I believe if you were created to do that, if you were born to do it, it can happen. It can happen. You know, for example, I know that I was born to play music. I know it. Now, I bet there are a billion musicians that are better than me. I'm not worried about that. I'm not comparing myself to them. I know through and through that I was created to play music. And my career may take me different directions down the road, I don't know, but I know that music will always be a big part of my life. The other thing that I know that I was created to do was to help people to find and follow Jesus. That's why I talk about Jesus a lot in my videos, and I'll keep talking about Jesus. And if you don't like that, no harm, no foul. I don't blame you for not watching, that's fine. But my belief in Christ impacts everything I do. And I think it would be phony of me not to incorporate that into everything that I do. So playing music gives me purpose. Leading people in worship, singing songs to God, that gives me purpose. And helping people find and follow Jesus, that gives me purpose. And side note, if you're also a believer, then you already do have one of those things in common with me. Because I believe that every Christian is called to help people find and follow Jesus. So maybe start there. Anyway, I hope this was helpful to even just one person. That would be great. But I hope you guys have a great Monday and a great week. We'll see you tomorrow. All right, bye.